Hello and welcome everybody to another edition of Droppin Bombs with me, your host, Corey Baumeister. As always, with the lovely people here at TCGplayer.com, bringing you the best in trading card needs and content. So today we're jumping into a little bit more new standard. Wanted to take a break from a control deck, even though I think blue-white control may be the most dominant deck right now. I do think there is going to be ways that people are going to beat it. And I also think that this is one of the decks that's kind of the product of blue-white control being so dominant. When you have so many cards when you have like 4 seal away in almost every deck, you got to find ways that attack it without feeding into their game plan, okay? Because, I mean, seal away is like the best removal right now. If you're playing just big monsters that turn sideways, even like Hezret right now, Galta, if you're playing these huge commitment spells that are getting completely exiled and completely taken away by a 2-mana spell, like it's a huge problem for your deck to be successful if that's going to be your struggle. So today I'm playing a deck that kind of feeds against that and should have a very good blue-white control matchup. I've played it a few times. It felt very good. There's just a lot of cards that are very tough for them to deal with, along with the fact that it's a very aggressive clock that we're putting on them. So we'll start with the 1-drops. We got Toolcraft. So this is a vehicles deck, so it's always going to have everybody's favorite 1-drop here, Toolcraft Exemplar. Attacking for 3 on turn 2, pretty consistently with the fact that you have 8 2-drops here. You also can count ballistas. Not the best 2-drop, but pretty consistently attacks for 3 on turn 2. You also have cards like Karn that can make an artifact later on in the game. Cards that might not, that aren't artifacts on paper, but can help you get there. 2 fatal pushes, still important to kill early creatures. 2 seal aways, like I said, you can't beat them, join them. The card is too good. It deals with so many things. Right now, standard changes so fast that I think it is on a downslide right now of power level, because every deck is playing a lot of vigilance threats, or they're playing a lot of threats that don't necessarily need to attack. Basically trying to make this card a dead card in your opponent's hand is what I want to be doing right now, or playing 4 copies of it myself and adapting to the metagame. And for this week, we're going to be adapting. Here's a little bit of an adaptation right here. Knight of Malice. This card is very good at staying away from white decks. It can't be sealed away because of the hexproof from white. And basically the rest of our deck turns this on to a 3-2. One of the most powerful plays that this deck can do is going turn 2 that into turn 3 history. The card interacts with the knights, so not only are you getting the plus from it, but in 2 turns, your Knight of Malice is going to be attacking for 5 first strike. Huge game when it comes to this. History of, I know I always say this card, Benalia. History of Benalia has become one of the most impressive cards to me, and I think, especially looking forward for preparation for the Pro Tour, this is a card I would be very happy seeing 4 of in my deck. Also learned just a few days ago that these things aren't legendary, so good to know. We still make mistakes just as much as anybody else. Got to cast turn 3 this and a turn 4 another one, and it's just unbelievably broken. So we got a Heart of Kiran. A lot of people are avoiding Fatal Push these days. Even in the list you see now, you see more removal that's dealt to deal with tapped creatures like Seal Away. There's not as many Fatal Pushes in the metagame, so I think Heart of Kiran is at one of its best spots right now. Still just one of the most powerful cards that we've seen in the last few years. Scroungers, you always want that inevitability against a lot of decks. Aethersphere Harvester, mainly, I don't like this card very much right now because it dies to seal away, and it does not give us enough power of a level to want to play it through seal away. What I mean by that is like you're wasting a creature to crew it and you attack it, and then if you get sealed away, you just basically 2-for-1 your combat phase, and the energy isn't super relevant in most lists. I found a use to the energies because I think Glint Sleeve Siphoner is one of the best ways to attack blue-white control. So I think my version of this vehicle's deck is utilizing the energy a little bit more than most are, but normally I don't think this card is very good right now. Of course, it's going to be good against mono red where lifelink actually matters, but... And we'll get to the heart and soul of the deck here, Karn. This is what really drew me to this. I haven't had a chance to play the card yet, and the card's power level is extremely high, and learning how to play it right is a tough thing, but once you can master how to play this card, it is a very, very powerful effect. 2 cast outs. In my opinion, maybe we should be adding more of this card. This card is just unbelievable, but you don't want to be overloading on 4s. So I stuck with 2. I could see playing more in the future. Same goes with Lyra. Lyra is one of the most dominant creatures in the format right now, but it's still legendary, and it still dies to seal away. So I'm minimizing on the number of it right now because it has its matchups where it is unbelievable, but it also has plenty of matchups where it's gonna trade with a cheaper removal spell. And in Magic, generally, when you're trading down for things, that isn't what you want to be doing. You always want to be trading up your removal, trading up your trades, trading up your blocks. Trading up in Magic is one of the biggest things. If you can find a deck that can make sure your little things trade up, that's where you want to be. Seal Away is a phenomenal trade-up card. Lyra can be a trade-down card because of Seal Away. It's kind of ironic. Okay, we'll move to the sideboard here. So we have... Some lists we're playing full 4 Duress. I can't really picture a matchup where I want to have 4 Duresses in my deck on the play. There is times when I want 4 Duresses on the draw, but I feel like if I don't want 4 Duresses on the play, I'm not going to play 4 Duresses. So I'm only playing 3. The reason that Duress is so high right now and so good right now is because it is the perfect play when you can just tell that your opponent is going to have Settle the Wreckage. To play this before and they're like, are they going to counter it or are they going to play their Settle the Wreckage? Most of the time they don't have that decision. So when they don't have that decision and you can play for 1 mana, completely disrupt their turn and then attack in for lethal, that's what makes Duress better than I think it's ever been. Fatal Push, another way to hedge against super aggressive decks, great against Llanowar Elf. On the draw, I find myself bringing in all 3 or having access to all 3 Fatal Pushes almost 100% of the time against aggressive decks. On the play, though, Fatal Push is not that great of a card right now. So this is an edition that not many people are playing as far as the black-white vehicle list I've seen so far, is Glint Sleeve Siphoner. Most of the time, Glint Sleeve Siphoner is not very good in this traditional black-white shell because none of the lands produced energy. I added Aether Hubs, taking out a couple lands from each color. Not 100% positive this is correct, but with how much blue-white control there's been, I really think I want to have a great matchup against them. And Siphoners with Aether Hubs historically has always been a great way to beat control decks that can't interact early. You know, one of the Esper deck that I played last weekend, that deck Siphoner is not that great because there's Fatal Push and there's other early removal that can deal with it without it attacking. But the way that the metagame has evolved, there's not many things that actually deal with it on the spot. So there's plenty of times when I can leave it untapped, not attack with it, and not risk it to seal away. 1 Argos Bloodfast. I would always play 2 of this card in a black deck, except we're a very aggressive black deck. So this card does get worse, but the card still has the highest ceiling out of almost any card in Standard right now. This card just takes over games. I'm sure you have lost with this card, and I know you have beat people with this card. It's just unbelievable. 2 Forsake the Worldly, another card that has just skyrocketed since Dominaria came out. There's so many relevant artifacts and enchantments to deal with, along with being able to cycle it. I know a lot of some other lists have been playing the Gain Life, Destroy Target enchantment. I like the flexibility, so I chose Forsake the Worldly. Settle the Wreckage, another card that if you can't beat them, join them. You know, I mean, all these blue-white lists are playing them for a reason. It's an extremely powerful card in certain situations. And with this kind of shell, we do a lot of attacking and not much defense when you have Scroungers, Heart of Kirans. Your Heart of Kiran's crew off Karns most of the time. So most of the time you don't want to defend by removing another card to block. Settle the Wreckage adds an extra element to your game plan against aggressive deck. And then we got that third Lyra here just for mono red or any matchup where they can't easily destroy it. Basically, if they don't have white, Lyra's coming in. Okay, well, stay tuned. We're going to cast Karn here for the first time. See you soon. All right, and welcome to the games, everybody. Okay, so we did not win the die roll. So this hand definitely has problems. You know, we are clearly missing a color. But at this point, we don't need it until turn 5. So I think this is a pretty easy keep, even though it doesn't look great. I think it is a slam dunk keep as far as borderline keeps go, if that makes sense. It's a slam dunk borderline keep. Okay, so blue-white. You know, I mean, we were just talking about this. Let's see if the deck can talk the talk. Let's see if it can walk the walk. AK, you know, one of the strongest decks in the metagame right now is blue-white. So it's definitely never going to be an easy match. But cards like Knight of Malice, if that's what we want to do, which I think it is just a nice way to stop cards like Seal Away. And yeah. Because we're going to play Harvester next turn. So we want to just play a card. More than likely might get countered. Yeah, might get countered here. Might get Essence Scattered. That would be a reason to play Scrounger, but then Scrounger gets sealed away. So you can't play around both. I think Knight of Malice is correct here first. Okay. Essence Scatter. All right. So we got our white source. Now I think we're just going to play a Harvester to make our mana as efficient as possible. Maybe cast 2 Scroungers next turn. And we do not care if this gets countered. We do not care about that Harvester. Yep. Okay, a more controlling version here. So now we're left with options. Do we want to run our Karn into more than likely something that's going to deal with it? Probably not. So I think we'll just cast a couple Scroungers. All right. All right. Land go from our opponent. Now a Settle would be bad, but it would allow us to play our Karn, so it wouldn't be horrendous. So we are going to attack with both. You can't play Afraid against these decks, you know? Like, sometimes you just have to go it and you have to allow yourself to get settled. All right, we're going to get a couple planes. And now, with what we're playing here, we're going to force him into dealing with Karn while we're still progressing our board. Now, normally we have options. Now, it's plus or it's negative here. And I generally like getting something out of my Planeswalker before it would be taken away by a likely cast out. So here I think we negative. I want the artifact for Toolcraft, even though it's only a 1/1 right now. That 1/1 presents an extra 3 damage. And now if he casts out us, at least we still get to attack for some. Still wouldn't be great for us, of course, but now next turn we can tick up. Okay, so he's got nothing. History of Benalia. Okay. So now we have the option between the same options, ticking up or ticking down. If we tick down, we give ourselves a little insurance against like a seal away, I guess. Ticking down feels bad right now to me. I think we want to tick up first. Yeah, we're going to tick up right now. Okay. The other card was a Scrounger, so we got a lot of Scroungers hidden. So with this being a tap land, we can only play one of our spells. So we're going to move to attack first. Get on in there for 4. Probably something he doesn't care about. And it seems like he F6'd. So I still think History of Benalia is better right now. So what cards are we afraid of next turn? Fumigate if we play the Angel. We're afraid of that. We're not as afraid if we play History. We're afraid of a Gear Hulk, I guess. We're going to play History. Okay. That resolved. Hopefully our opponent... Yeah, we were afraid of a cast out there at end step, but did not have it. It's a fairy. Okay. That's a great play if he also has the settle. If he doesn't have the settle, we're less scared of this. Okay. So now we have another option here. We can down tick to get our Scrounger and play that. That seems pretty good. Or we can create a smaller artifact. I think the -2 is the worst option. So I think it's +1 or -1 right now. More than likely we're walking into a settle here. So what is the best play for us to get around that? At this point... It's close. It's close. This is a tough deck to play against because you can't always play around a card. We are going to -1 and get our Scrounger here. And we're going to play it pre-combat as a little artifact protection and make our construct a little bigger. We're going to go to attackers, trigger Toolcraft, and we are going to declare this and this at Teferi. And we're just going to do everything at Teferi here. I don't love it because it plays into settle as much as possible. Yep. All right, we'll go get some more lands. This does make our ballistas way better later on. All right, we're going to play Lyra. All right. Now, you know, this is kind of the lock you get into. Now he can draw more cards to protect Teferi more. Teferi is just unreal good. Okay, a history of his own. Yeah, especially if he has Gear Hulk here, this is quite bad for us. At least we drew the cast out. The cast out is a great draw right here, I think. We're going to tick up right away. See what we hit. Okay, so it was 2 histories. That's pretty good. So now we just really don't want to walk into another settle here, aka or a Gear Hulk settle. So we are just going to we're gonna leave Lyra back. Oh, okay, I guess. Ooh, Merfolk Trickster, huh? Okay. Well, in that case, we're still going to make the attacks at Teferi because we basically want him to block these. We want him to chump it down. Okay, well, never mind. We got other stuff happening. Now we definitely want to attack our Scrounger at it because we want that to be blocked. His main goal is he wants to take down Karn. Oh, we are so happy he blocked here. Because if he didn't block... fake out. Yes? Okay, thank you. We really wanted him to block there. Because we are ready to bring it back. And now we can play History and cast out the Teferi. And have a blocker to hopefully save Karn. That was pretty big that he blocked. Him not blocking was very bad for us. Alright, cast out on his Teferi. We want to keep our Karn so we can keep our card advantage while taking away his. I think that's the most important thing right now. Alright, so now we have Scrounger. It's a Memorial Land. Allows him to draw some cards. It's attacking at Karn. We are going to block. Merfolk Trickster is one card I think people are going to realize real quick is not good. I do not think that card is a good deck to play in your control deck. I think it is a wasted spot. But I could be wrong. Another Teferi with 0 cards. So now I think his safe play is to bounce Lyra, but then his Teferi still dies, so he's putting a rock in a hard place here. If he were to draw and then hit a settle, you know, dang it. That's bad luck for us, but even if he draws a seal down, he's going to play it right now, so we're going to know by the end of this turn if he has a seal down or not. At least I would play it. Because it protects his Teferi there. I do like our game 2 and 3 much better than our game 1. So if we can squeak this one out, I'd feel very confident. Okay, he's untapping 2 lands. Gonna not forget to Scrounger. Alright, untap. History. Oh, ho, ho, hello. Walking ballista. That's insane. Yeah, we're gonna tick up. Well, we could tick down and get a history. Give him a history lesson. So we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 mana. We can ballista for 6. Okay, so what if we just attack him? What if we just attack our opponent? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're attacking for 10. We can attack and play ballista for exactly lethal here if they don't block. I feel like they would understand something's coming if I don't aim some creatures at Teferi. So I feel like that's not the best play. And if we tick up, more than likely we're just getting a land, so that's not great right now. I think it's pretty hard for us to lose even through a settle if we just attack conservatively. Like this at Teferi, and then the rest at them. Yeah, we're going to do that. Hopefully not have a settle or a seal, but... Okay. Alright. Fairy Falls, that is good. Now, I think getting a history is pretty good right now. Playing this Ballista almost feels like a win more right now. We just don't really need to do it. As weird as that sounds, we could do it for 3. There's just no point. There's just no point in dropping such a great card right now. Could have Fumigate. Yep, it's drawn cards, out of gas. And our double histories should take over this game. History coming down. This is just a history lesson, basically. One history fact after another. Okay, game 1 goes to us. Now is where it gets real fun. Okay, so we get to bring in our Siphoners. Get to bring in our Duresses. Now we just got to make sure we're not too vulnerable to Lyras of theirs. Definitely don't want Fatal Pushes. I really don't like Harvesters. We're going to take those out for now. We're going to check our artifact count, though, because we might not be able to do that. I really don't like Ballistas either, and I really don't like Lyras of our own. I do like Bloodfast. So this is what I would like to do. Oh, I do like Forsake. Okay. Now with this low of an artifact count, our Toolcraft Exemplars are not very good. And on the draw, I don't know if I really want them. They also just trade with a history token. So I think we might just take all these out. We really change our deck after sideboard. We really change direction. Toolcraft just isn't what we want to be doing. We still like the other cards. 4 Heart of Kirans might be a little much. But they really are still super great at playing around Seal Away. So I think we are going to keep them. So this brings us to needing 2 more cards. We don't have to worry about our artifact count. So we just get to play our best cards. Fatal Pushes are dead. We don't want those. Toolcraft, for the reason I said. Harvesters are not good. We don't want Settles. So it's between Ballistas and Lyras. What do we want more? With the fact that they settle us and we get so much land, I think our Ballistas are more important. They have a higher ceiling than Lyra does. So I really like this. I think this is great. 2 seal away look kind of bad. On the draw, yeah, the 2 seal aways do look bad. But I think it's just something we need to deal with their Lyras. But maybe I could be wrong on that. I could see a world where we want Harvester instead. We're going to try this. Seal Away is definitely going to be our worst card, and we might regret playing any of them, but we'll find out. It could save us the game, too. It's not in our opener, so not max punished. All right, Bloodfast is in our opener, though. Probably our best card. Opponent mulligan to 6. Okay, we're going to play a Plains, probably not cycling Cast Out. Cast Out's one of our better cards. Now, I don't foresee them bringing in a lot of negates against us, so I think our Bloodfast is just safe to play, but with that Duress, it gives us a little insurance to maybe wait. I don't foresee them having Censor. And Heart of Kiran is not good right now, so I think we are just going to run out the Bloodfast. Hopefully they were just sitting on Essence Scatters. Now we're just going to start drawing cards. Now, is there a 4-drop we want to counter? That's the main reason to play Duress right now. And I don't think there is, because it also plays into Disallow. And we're very content just drawing cards for now. So we're not going to play anything. Alright. Let's go, Bloodfast. Okay, now we want to start deploying some threats. We're going to start with... Now we have interesting dilemmas. Now these are definitely worth talking through. So I think our choices are Heart of Kiran and Scrounger, nothing, and draw 2 cards. Duress, and one of our spells. So the thing we want to avoid is him playing Teferi and then gaining control of the game. But I don't know if we can necessarily prevent that with just 1 Duress. But I think we can draw it. I think Heart of Kiran in play makes him very scared. Yeah, okay. Actually, I got it. So this is what we're going to want to do. I think we want to Duress. Maybe it gets countered, but then we play Heart of Kiran. And then next turn we could play a Scrounger, crew it, attack Teferi, and then play like a Ballista on 1. But then he could have Essence Scatter for that, so that's kind of risky too. I think we're just going to play Heart of Kiran. See how that goes. It resolves, huh? In that case, we're going to say go. Draw a card. Okay. That's pretty good. All right. Yep. Maybe our line was a little wrong. Wasn't anticipating the legendary flash card. Okay. Now we can do some stuff, though. So now we can make it for sure that Teferi goes away with Duress, Scrounger, and Ballista. That is committing a lot of cards, but it is important right now. So I think we're going to start with Duress. Start with Duress, see what he's got. Seal Away, Essence Scatter, Fumigate, and a Trickster. Ooh, that Trickster is going to be, to stay true to its name, it's going to be tricky. So I think with seeing his hand, we're almost forced into just cast outing that Teferi and stopping his card advantage. Essence Scatter is kind of annoying. Seal Away does almost nothing. Fumigate isn't that bad either. Like, we're not really... I'd like to take the Trickster. I think Seal Away is the most annoying card right now. And then I just cast out Teferi and say go. Essence Scatter is annoying too, though. Essence Scatter is probably more annoying. Yep, we're going to take the Essence Scatter. Okay. And then we're just going to say go and do this during his upkeep. Because maybe that'll stop him from playing Trickster, and we don't really want him to play Trickster right now. So he didn't have any way to deal with our duress, so we could have duressed away his Teferi. So that is a bit unfortunate. But he didn't progress his board here, so we can just cast out his Teferi. Attack him for 3. Play the swamp. No, unless he drew something, he doesn't really have an answer to this history. So we're going to play history. And we're also going to play Scrounger. And I don't think we want to attack right now. So we want to have Heart of Kiran as defense, since we are behind on life right now. He's going for the Trickster. He did that at a very weird time, because that did allow us to get in some damage, so I think that was not the smartest call on his. He should have waited through combat. And I'm guessing he's going to seal away the Scrounger here at end step then. It's the only thing that kind of makes sense. Yep. Yeah, his sequencing was wrong there. So we'll definitely block with our Knight if given the opportunity. Yep, he's left with Fumigate and 2 mystery cards. Okay, so we're going to get a token. I'm going to play this. And now we can do this for 3. I think that's what we want to be doing with Ballista right now. So just in case he goes to kill it, we can also kill his flash guy. Kind of gave up on the drawing card plan for now because we're getting a little low on life. So right now we're in defense mode. Now he could be going to just kind of get all our creatures with Fumigate, and that looks like what he's going to do. Now the real question is, do we care? Or do we just Ballista away the creature? Heart of Kiran isn't doing too much right now, but it is doing enough. We're just going to ping this creature away. We don't want to go to 4. And now his Fumigate play is not very good. We wish we had 1 more mana so that Ballista could have been for 4, so we kind of still forced his hand, but what can you do? Okay. So now we're going to draw. Since we have all lands, we're going to Bloodfast here. Ugh. If we Bloodfast again, we could lose to this card. I think we got to risk it. Gross. Well, if we were going to draw ourselves down to 3, we're sure going to draw ourselves down to 1. At least we drew a creature. Now we're just going to play this. If we attack, we put him on a 2-turn clock. Yeah, we'll put him on a 2-turn clock. Now we're going to get fumigated. Now we'll flip Bloodfast and really need a top deck. We drew a lot of lands. A Karn would be perfect. No such luck. All lands. Wow. This deck doesn't have a great flood protection like blue-white does, though, so it's going to happen. And then we could just easily lose to that card. Unreal. Yep, well, we got 1 turn to stop that knight from killing us. Really need like a Karn. Would be great. It's pretty good. It's going to look at our hand of 4 lands, which is not good. Walking Ballista, maybe? A seal away is not going to get us there. We said we were going to regret it. We were right. Yep, game 3. Oh, that was some bad luck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We only had 11 land left out of 37. All right, seal away does feel absolutely terrible, though. On the play, we're going to bring Toolcrafts back in, I think. Now, what don't we want? I could see Knight of Malice, but are kind of playing it for this deck. It would be kind of weird to be taking out that card. It still doesn't get around Settle the Wreckage, you know, so that's still a problem. We're going to trim one of each. That easily could not be right, but I genuinely don't know the answer here, so. All right, we would like to play first. Okay, I think this hand is great. Gives us the aggressive draw. That is the one thing I like about this deck. It does have a lot of elements to it. You know, you can have an aggressive draw. You can be playing a heavy Planeswalker draw, you know, an Argos Bloodfast. Speak of the devil. All right, I think we'll get the Heart of Kiran in play. And then next turn play a Scrounger or a Knight can crew that. We're just going to try to attack as fast as possible here. Save the Bloodfast and Duress for later turns. More than likely the Duress before we actually attack. Before we actually attack for when he's got 4 mana. We might cast it this turn, I guess. Wow, yeah, now it's tempting because if he just has like a seal away. Yeah, we're going to go for it. Ooh, history. But he does have that Merfolk Trickster again. Dang it. That card is going to be tricky. Yeah, we really don't want him to play history right now, though. His hand's pretty good. It's going to be a tough game. Yeah, now we do not... We can't really attack at all now. Unfortunately, we don't have that extra artifact. We don't want to trade with this because it's our white permanent. So we just have to say go. Definitely not ideal. Tricksters look pretty good. As much talk as I've given it, it's looked pretty good. Alright. We don't have another artifact, so we can't really attack with Toolcraft again. Maybe we can. Alright, our clock is getting a little low, so I'm going to have to play a little faster. Crew with this. We got to get some damage in here, otherwise that Lyra is going to finish us off. So we're going to attack. Alright. So now we're going to play Bloodfast, and we're going to activate it right away because there's a chance we could get a Toolcraft and get in some extra damage. Not the case. We're going to get in 6. Hope he doesn't have a settle. A settle is just so bad for us right now. Oh, man. Yep. That's brutal. Oh, okay. Ooh, and he didn't realize the first strike when it comes into play immediately. Thankfully. He might still need to block, though. He's going down to 2. And I know 3 of his 4 cards. If he has an untapped land, that Lyra can easily take over the game. Because if he just goes land go next turn, all we can do is really just start drawing cards with Bloodfast and hope to find an answer. So he's taking it. No land, no land, no land. He's got a land. That's going to force him to just say go and play a Lyra. Ooh! We got it! We did it! We did it! I think that's just game. We just attack with both. We're even going to attack with a Heart of Kiran since we already have a copy, just in case he goes to settle instead. That was a top deck. See if he goes for it. If he doesn't go for it and he settles us or something, we're not out of the game completely. He's got to be suspicious that this Lyra is not just going to win him the game. But more than likely, he's priced in. He has 4 cards, 2 of which are Teferi, and 1 Lyra, and 1 mystery card. Yep, he's priced in. So we're going to make sure we didn't have 6, cast a cast out, and win the game. That was a nice draw. That was a nice draw. Cast out the Lyra. And we'll take it down. Woo! That was an intense game. Okay, stay tuned for round 2. All right, and welcome back to round 2 here. So we did not win the die roll, and our hand is not great. We're definitely missing artifacts, but another hand we cannot mulligan. Karn gives us an artifact eventually for Toolcraft, but as of now, Toolcraft doesn't look that great. Alright, looks like we're up against a snake deck. Llanowar Elf. We're going to play Toolcraft here, say go. I have a feeling this could be a bad matchup. Walking Ballista against us is very good. Toolcrafts more than likely have to come out against them. Jade Light Ranger into a Veraska. Seems good. Seems good. He's going to keep it there. That's kind of scary. Alright, we get an Aether Hub. That's not good. We'll play this creature and at least it shuts down his attacks. For now. But even if he attacks right now, I don't even know if we can really block, because he could just have a Fatal Push, which he does not have apparently. So now he can go Vraska next turn. That's terrifying. Okay, we just got to say go again. Really hope he just doesn't have it. If he plays it and kills something, we can just cast out the Vraska, I guess. I don't know how we can realistically get out of this already. Puts in a pirate. That helps us. That definitely helps, because now we are still going to cast out. Yeah, these Toolcrafts do not look good in this matchup at all. In fact, every time I draw one, I just cringe. So no choice but to cast out that Vraska right away. Say go again. I guess we can get a Lyra going next turn, or a Karn and a Toolcraft. Ugh. Now we can destroy, get a Vraska, make a dude. He can do some things. Chooses to just take down the creature. That's pretty smart. We're going to take that. Now we get a Karn. So we could go Karn, make a dude, attack for 3, have him block with a pirate. Seems pretty bad. I think. Yeah, because he could tick down on our enchantment, get a Vraska back, and then tick down on Lyra. So I think we don't really have a choice. We can't play Lyra right now. Ugh, we're just very out of this game already. Yeah, I guess we'll go with the Karn play, but it is not good. Karn does not match up well against Vraska. Vraska is just a much more powerful card. We'll attack Vraska. Blocks. Play a Toolcraft and hope for cards that aren't in our deck. This seems like an unwinnable situation for us right here. Vraska does feel very good right now. Vraska feels very good. Like, it's home. It used to be the card, and I think it's coming right back into where it belongs. Okay, kills Toolcraft. Looks like he's going to Deadlands the Construct and then kill Karn, just leaving us with nothing. That seems fine. Our opponent is just going off. Uses all of his treasures. Yep. This all seems nice. Alright, we can play a Lyra, and he has an onboard answer for it. Okay. So now I could trade his Vraska to deal us 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're down to 2 already. And we're dead. Well, his draw just made our deck look like a little kid deck right there. That was impressive. Okay, so green-black has always had a problem with settle. That is still going to be the case and still going to be true. Siphoners are very bad against green-black. So are Toolcrafts. Like I said, I do not think this is a good matchup in any regard. We are going to bring in a Fatal Push. Forsake could be good to deal with Gear Hulk, I suppose. I think the other Lyra is good, even though it didn't look great there. Yeah, I think it just comes down to the fact that we don't want to be ever drawing Toolcraft. On the play, I can definitely see a reason to keep it in and try it. But that means we got to keep our artifacts in, and we got to keep our artifacts in a high number. Is it worth it? This card feels like a liability in this matchup, especially with Ballistas, so I don't think it is worth it. I'm going to take him out. Yeah, and in that case, I can take down 1 Heart of Kiran. 4 of a Legend is a little too much anyways. I think we're going to go like this. Yeah, we'll give it a shot. It's going to be a rough match to escape with a win, that's for sure. All right, we would like to play first. This hand seems fine. Okay, we'll play Courtyard, say go. All right, he's got an Aether Hub. And his deck is going to almost for sure play Siphoners, which is still a problem for us. All right, we're going to play a Knight. We really want to top deck History. We haven't went Knight into History yet. A History makes this hand actually very good because we get to go this into History, into Karn, into Lyra. That's usually enough. Okay. Nope. No such luck. Just going to play Knight, say go. Not ideal, that's for sure. So now we can play something that could go over Karn and kind of make Karn not great. So we'll see. Fumigate just might be a better option to have than Settle here. Okay, we got a Winding Constrictor. Gains 2 energy. And Lana War Elves. It's not crazy bad for us yet. A Seal Away. Now we really want to get Karn into play. But the real question is, can we? Wanting to and can are 2 different things. So we get Karn and tick up to 6. It's pretty safe it'll live. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to have to say go. Six is such a high number for a 4-mana Planeswalker. Alright, 2 cards, 2 lands. We have an Aether Hub that can be returned immediately if we need, which I highly doubt that's going to happen. Now he has a number of plays that are very bad for us. Along with the onboard Deadlands attack Karn for 4 is a pretty good play still. And that's just his default play. A Gear Hulk is a little better than a default play. One on each, gaining the value. And attack everything to Karn, I would imagine. Yep, we cannot block. Oh, from here it's just so impossible to win. We can cast a Lyra. Yep. That's pretty much all we got. Lyra and Hope. Well, Green Black Snakes look sweet. Makes me really want to be playing that deck. We did draw very poorly, though. I will give us that. Yeah, if he kills Lyra here, we just can't win. With the Planeswalker that sticks around, yeah, that's going to be good. Only attacks with that. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't have mana untapped to settle you right now. We can play a Karn and tick down and kind of protect it that way. No. Yeah, Karn does not look great in this matchup. Normally when I get beat this bad or I beat somebody this bad, I would normally not even show this video, but I think this is a good learning lesson of what the deck can and cannot do and what the deck has bad matchups for. And I think this deck can be made a decent matchup. Like if we went, you know, Fumigate right here, we would have a chance at this, but I really don't think we do have a chance. We're going to play Karn. I think this match may not be the best learning side for this side of the deck, but it is learning in the fact that you can see what the weakness is over this deck. And we're going to save the seal away as a combat trick, and maybe he won't destroy Karn. And then we could maybe get that settle back and somehow get back into this, but it is a below 5% chance at this point. Llanowar Elf into Vraska is very nice. Yeah, he played a turn 4 Vraska on us both times. Let's see how much he wants to pressure Karn. Okay, he did not attack Karn for enough, so that is cool that we do get to destroy it. And we get to eat a Llanowar Elf if this all works. Well, this is actually a great turn for us. Alrighty. It's a bit of a tricky play. Still very much in trouble, I will definitely say that. And a Liliana. All right. Okay, well, there's a cast out. So we can't cast settle and cast out. That's a problem. Can we live if we try to cast out this turn on a Vraska instead of going for the settle? I think we have to, because he can just get seal way back with Vraska. So, yep, we're going to tick up and hopefully we get like a history or something. I think that's our only out. Okay. A Karn's not going to do too much. Or I mean a Scrounger. We're still going to play it. We still got to cast out the Vraska. We might just be dead on board. I haven't done the math. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, we're not technically dead yet. Yeah, this feels like a tough matchup. Woo! Oh, okay, that puts us dead on board. Huh. Alright, well, we definitely, Oh, is he not going to just attack us? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, yep. Yep, there he saw it. Well, we definitely learned that this is not a good matchup, so stay tuned for round 3 and we'll try to dodge this deck at least. Okay, stay tuned. Alright, and welcome back for our third and final round here. Any of you who stuck around for the last round saw us get, well, I don't want to say we got destroyed, but I would say it's a little worse than destroyed. We were never in the game for a second at any point, at any time. So let's hope we don't play against Green Black Snake again, because that was a thrashing. And it definitely showed the power level of what could be for Green Black Snake. So on the draw, we have another kind of awkward hand that we've seen a lot. Seen a lot with Toolcraft. It's seen a lot of awkward hands, but we can't mulligan this. Yeah, we could draw into, you know, a History or Heart of Kiran or something to really make this hand great. But as it stands, this hand is pretty awkward. Alright, opponent goes Mountain. Mono red. Our Lyra is definitely going to be great against him. The wiliest of goblins. Alright, our Toolcraft will be held at bay by a wily goblin. Premium Magic card so far. Alright, now he can go Chandra, Phoenix. Karn's pretty good. Wow, 2 very good cards. I don't think I can give him a Chandra right now. This Flying Dragon, if it was kicked, it gets 2 dragons. Yeah, we'll give him a dragon for now. Well, if we top deck an artifact, hey. We at least force a block now and something's happening. We'll attack Karn. He's going to chump block. Karn's going to go to 3. Okay. Now, we can give him, we might as well give him another legendary dragon here. He might be looking for that mountain, actually, so we'll give him another dragon. Ooh, he was looking for the mountain. Okay, good call. Alright, now we are going to play a Heart of Kiran as a little insurance. And then at this point, we just got to attack everything at Karn. Yeah, because you could easily have a removal spell. So it's all going to Karn. And he can still keep it alive if he wants to by blocking and killing one of the other creatures. Yep, and that's what we're going to see. Alrighty. Next turn we get to Lyra, though. Lyra's going to be very nice. He drew the land. So now we could easily see a 4/4 dragon. And I think at this point we give him Chandra. So we're not that afraid of it anymore. We're more afraid of this dragon. Yeah, we're going to give him the Chandra. So we know he has Dragon, Chandra, Chandra. Or Dragon, Dragon, Chandra, I should say. A Ballista for 1, interesting. Very interesting. So we got no choice but to play Lyra here. So we're going to move to beginning combat, wait for this trigger to resolve, see if he wants to respond. And he does. Now we are going to crew. So now we have to play around another Abrade. And he has to have it, otherwise he just would have played a dragon. So we just have to attack both at Karn again. It's taken a lot of work to get this Karn down. Yep. We finally took it down. Now we have to hope Lyra's enough. Which I really don't know if it's going to be. History is pretty good. I'm going to play a swamp. Attack with Lyra. Now, right now, there's another dragon that's essentially dead in his hand until he blocks. Wily Goblin, which seems to be dead no matter when you draw it. Ah, that's not true. Turn 3 Karn was pretty annoying. I don't think Wily Goblin's a great magic card. Ballista for 2 is actually very good here because it allows him to play Chandra next turn, tick down on Lyra, and then Ballista it. So, that'll be annoying. Heart of Kiran is not bad. Now, so if we attack with all 3, his blocks would be Dragon to the Knight. Probably chump with Wily Goblin and take 5. I don't really like that outcome. So I think we'll just attack with Lyra. Now we got a lot of time, at least. We're going to play Heart of Kiran. And then pass the turn. And now we have that flyer, at least, to help get through more damage. But a Chandra down tick and then Ballista down tick play is still going to be very strong. And we know he has one more dragon in hand. Our knights are going to get bigger. Ooh, that's a great draw. That's a great draw. Because history is going to be going to the graveyard, our Fatal Push can kill the dragon. And we can safely attack Chandra. That's big game right now. Ooh, or we just attack him? Or we just attack our opponent for 12? No, that's not as great. Yeah, we need to deal with Chandra here. we're going to crew with Scrounger because it's more for sure damage. And Heart of Kiran's got to go to Chandra. Otherwise, this thing can be kicked for 7, right? And then he gets out a second. Yeah. We can't allow that token. Chandra, you. And I'm guessing this is just going to follow one chump blocker, and he's going to fall. And our opponent is going to fall to 6. Double chumps. Interesting. Taking 0 damage. Okay. I think we're happy about that. Siege Gang Commander is a real card, that's for sure. Alright. Oof. Really wanted something there. So we're going to attack with Heart of Kiran and Scrounger. We're okay losing Scrounger because that does mean we just get to bring it right back. Any creature here would have been very strong because we could have attacked with the Knights. Single blocking it is smart. Double blocking it, we just get it back and he loses an extra goblin. Alright. Karn. That's going to be one card I think we're just going to ignore. Our opponent can pick from Mountain Chandra right now, or just play an artifact or tick up. We are going to give them Commander or Mountain? I think it's probably Mountain. It might be Siege Gang. Another Mountain for sure allows... No, because no matter what, we're not really attacking Karn. Our opponent could just down tick on one of the lands and then play that double dragon. So we got to give our opponent a Mountain. All right, we need something. We really have so many outs right now for a great card. We did not hit it. Yep, it's just got to be the same attacks as last turn. Our mentality, we could do crew with Scrounger and then attack with both of these. But then our opponent could just block with a goblin to 1 and then shoot the other one. And at least this way, it makes the Scrounger die if we want. If our opponent wants to kill anything. They can just block Scrounger and then kill a Knight as well. Yeah, it's not great either way. Really had some good turns to top deck, and we did not get there. But our deck does have a lot of cards that would not have been great top decks too, like Toolcraft. Toolcraft has just kind of seemed bad. There's no real way around it. It just has not felt great. Takes down a Knight. Now it looks like it's going to be a dragon. And there's not much we can do about a double dragon. Broodmate's coming back. Yep. Yep, and just playing all defense mode here. I don't blame our opponent. Harvester's okay. Not really any good attacks we can get in here. Have to just say go and let our opponent start taking over the game. Alright. We're going to give our opponent a mountain because a ballista would be backbreaking. Alright. Our back's already broke. Alright. This game slipped out of our hands very quickly. Actually, we do win the game with a cast out right now. Lyra's not bad. Yeah, cast out would have gave us the game right there. Don't mind attacking with Heart of Kiran here. Just getting it out of the way. Nah, doesn't seem great. We'll play Lyra. Really can't believe they didn't. Our opponent didn't go to kill a knight there with a siege gang. I know I would have. Chandra went to hand. Lyra's gonna go down. Well, it looks like we'll still have a chance to win with cast out. I think the smart play from our opponent would be to take down a knight token right now, because then cast out doesn't actually give us the win. Yeah, that's what I would do. I would have killed it last turn actually, but that's a silly attack. We can just put this in front of it. Yep, I'll block. Now makes the good play. Yeah, now I don't think we have an out anymore. History is a start. It is a start. It's still going to be a very tough one to pull out here. I guess we do have ballistas. What am I talking about? Ballista just wins the game on the spot. And we do got time to get there. Yeah, I kind of forgot we had that in our deck. It's been a good game, at least. Add into red. Gonna get himself. Our opponent's gonna get themselves another siege gang. Oh, wait. Maybe not. Huh, I didn't even see what it was. And Magic Online doesn't tell us? That's weird. Puts a card. Oh, alright. Oh, was that Walking Ballista? Alright, that makes sense. Ballista for 6, alright. Fun. Okay, so that takes Fatal Push as a win. Now we're just down to just Ballista. Getting in with a construct. Yeah, I don't think attacking with that would be ideal. Yeah, at this point, we just need to attempt to slow the game down as long as possible until we get a Ballista. We're through a third of our deck and haven't seen it, which is reasonable. We only have 2 of them. Okay. I think we're going to start by crewing Harvester. I'm going to start by crewing Harvester, see what our opponent does. Suppose we'll block the construct. All right. That's not what we wanted. But we can attack with Scrounger this turn, which isn't nothing. And we're going to attack them because it would be a lethal attack. Blocks with Dragon. We get to Deadlands the Dragon and then bring back the Scrounger. It's been a marathon game. Now I guess a Fatal Push would technically win if our opponent like tapped out or something crazy. The inevitability they're getting from their Planeswalkers is very quick. So we're going to need one of those Ballistas very soon. The Knights will be big next turn, which might be something. If our opponent gets a little too overzealous and attacks too much, it might mean something, but... Yep, you can have that mount. 2 red mana, that's scary. Could just be putting counters on Ballista. Nope. Other Siege Gang, that's all 4. I don't think we want to put any blocks in front of these this turn. Yep, we're just going to take that. Just because our knights are going to be bigger here. Seems like a good play. Take down some knights. Yep. That Skirt Prospector definitely adds an element that's going to be extra tough to deal with outside of a Ballista here. Oh, it's not a Ballista. I think at this point we actually are okay with... Nah. Well, hopefully we get at least one more turn. Might not be the case. This has been a crazy game. We definitely had turns where we could have capitalized with even a normal top deck. But we did not do such a thing. Alright, well, I better do some blocking. Block this dragon. Yeah, that probably keeps us alive. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14. That's 20. 21, 22. 23, 24. I think it's 24. Another Siege Gang. Yep, we need it this turn. On time. Nope. No such thing. Maybe they'll miss the line of blocking the Scrounger. It's a very intuitive play. Yep, game 2. All right. Well, let's see where it would have been. Should never check. You know, it's going to be on the top 3. Nope. Okay, sideboarding for mono red. Push seems good. These duresses actually seem pretty good. Lyra for sure. Settle the Wreckage seems great. Once again, Toolcraft seem kind of awkward. I think just as a card, it seems quite awkward. Seal Away doesn't seem great against this version of red. It's just so widespread tokens. Yeah, Fatal Push doesn't even seem that good either. We almost just want to just try to attack them as fast as possible when we're on the play, and on the draw reevaluate. But I think on the play, we're going to just go as aggro as this deck can go, along with having some settles. I guess we could put in Siphoners if we're really trying to go all out. Might not be terrible. If we're really trying to go all out, we would take out settles and we would put in Siphoners. If that's the way we want to approach this, doesn't seem bad. And then game 2, we could just really adjust our plan. I still like Cast Out because it's just such a great card. Yeah, I mean, this plan could not work, but it is the most aggressive we can be, minus having one more Siphoner in and get rid of a Cast Out. At this point, we want to be the faster deck. Okay. We'll keep this. We got the nice play I've loved for years. Siphoner and Hub on 2. Only thing we're missing is a Toolcraft. I prefer drawing them later in the game when they're not good than when they actually are good. Alright. Our opponent has mulliganed 6 and then kept. I'm going to lead with a concealed. Prospector. Alright, we're going to attempt to get a Siphoner online. We really do want that Siphoner to live. At least for one turn. You can kill it next turn. Abrade is just such a good play from our opponent right now. Yep, it was too enticing. If they had it, they were going to come to it. That's not bad. I'm going to get a Heart of Kiran and a Toolcraft. Maybe with us having 2 Heart of Kirans, maybe we should have led on one of them and saved the Siphoner for later. Could have been. Now we do take away a Chandra play here or a Karn. Those aren't very good right now. Yeah, even a Chain Whirler. I kind of forgot we haven't seen that card. I'm sure they play it, but a Chain Whirler would be great right now for them. That would have been one reason to take out Toolcraft as well if we would have saw him, but he went through... Our opponent went through so much of their deck, I feel like we would have seen him. It's probably a more token-based strategy, but it would be kind of weird to expect him on a red deck without them playing it. Just a 4/4. We're okay with that. We can attack with this. So we're just going to crew with this. We're okay with the trade. Our opponent could be trading as happily fast because they have another one just like we do. But the second one from them is going to get a Cast Out. Alright. Our all-in black-white tokens version is all in. Okay. That's nice. Okay. That was a quick game. Alright, now we're going to adjust our play quite rapidly here. We're going to go aggressive. We're going to take out all the Toolcrafts. We're going to take out all the Siphoners. We're going to see how many slots that gives us. Kind of like something like that. We'd have to cut one card A Karn on the draw doesn't seem great. I think I like this configuration. Yep. All right, game 3. Let's see if we can at least pull a 2-1 out of this. Overall, though, this deck definitely has something there. It needs something. It definitely needs something, and I feel like Toolcraft just as a card is not very good right now, or at least in this shell. This hand is fine. The settle really could get our opponent so many lands if they have Siege Gang going. Alright. I'm going to play the Chapel. A Ballista on 1. I'm going to play a Heart of Kiran. That Scrounger was a pretty good draw. More than likely that Scrounger will be our play next turn. More than likely met with an Abrade to our Heart of Kiran. It's not bad. We're still going to go for it. We're not going to block, so we're attacking. And, like, this is a situation. If we were playing against a black deck here, and we would understand that them leaving mana open, our Heart of Kiran is probably going to get targeted, we wouldn't have attacked here. But with red and Abrade being able to destroy it, whether or not we attacked or not, we're definitely going for it. And he did not have it, so that's nice. Alright, which 4-mana Planeswalker are we going to run into now? Neither of them are very good right now. Yep, that's fine. Adding mana. Abrade is bad. That's the only thing we're afraid of. Another Ballista. Okay. Okay. Now, we could just crew Heart of Kiran, attack Chandra, play a Ballista for 2, and ping it. I think that's the best play we got. Yep, we're going to go with that. Never want red untapping with a Planeswalker. That's fact number uno. Another Lyra could be very good. We need that land first. Alright, attacking Chandra down to 1. Alright, playing a Ballista for 2. Now we just really want to draw a land and slam Lyra next turn. Love the way you Lyra. For any Eminem fans out there, it's a solid reference. Alright, we have to pick the Planeswalker directly now. Alright. Now, Siege Gang definitely is a problem. That card is good. Yeah, we're just going to take that. Could be just setting up for a good settle turn next turn. It's more than likely what's going to be happening. Yeah, Scrounger's not very good. Yeah, that's just what we got to do. We just got to set up a nice settle turn. play like we're not playing defense whatsoever. Because, well, we're not. Gonna give them every land they possibly want in their deck. Alright, now we're gonna try to do... We're definitely gonna settle, but we might be able to get some value out of this settle. If we block Ballista, would he pull the trigger and sacrificing it? Doubt it. Maybe if we block a Goblin. Nope. Worth the shot. Settle the wreckage for a lot. I would assume they would want to destroy some creatures, which we are A-okay with. Heart of Kiran's the only one we care about. Settle the wreckage can be a blowout in a matchup that isn't expecting it. Okay, pinging a Ballista for 1. That just means we're going to ping him or her. Opponent dealt 1 to us, it looks like. Taking down a Scrounger. Don't care about that because we can eat that Ballista. And have 6 from here. Next turn, if we don't draw a land, we could very easily just go Scrounger, Scrounger. Prospector's okay. We did draw land. So Lyra is the play. We're going to crew. Get on in there, and that is presenting lethal next turn. With only 1 card, I like our chances. That does take down the Scroungers. They would still have to have a puncturing blow or something. Technically didn't have onboard lethal, so I suppose they were just making sure I had it and that I would go for it, which I would, and I did. A Braid. 0 cards. Now they have to find an answer for Lyra and Scrounger. I guess Siege Gang maybe does it? No, I don't think so. And that's the game. All right. Well, you know, the things to take away from this, the deck definitely has power. And we noticed when we played blue-white right away, like, blue-white we very convincingly beat, you know? Red, we beat, but it wasn't anything like our deck did something crazy good, you know? We cast Settle the Wreckage. That can be found in a lot of different shells, you know? So what we learned from this match is Settle's a good card, Lyra's a good card, things we already knew last week, okay? Things to take away from this deck, I think Toolcraft is borderline unplayable in this deck. I think that has to be changed, which is going to shift the whole dynamic of it. But I like the strategy of black-white and how it can attack the metagame. We noticed how we just got destroyed against Snake in the round 2. You know, normally those matches where I win very easily or I lose very easily, normally I don't put those. Like, I don't like to hide any matchups and only pick the ones I win. I'm not like that. But I do like to play matches, show you guys matches on which we learn something. And I think we did learn something round 2. It's that this deck cannot beat Snake. So if you're looking to play against a lot of Snake, I would think of something else. But anyways, once again, I want to thank you all so much for checking out another week of Droppin Bombs. once again, drop your comments down there. I'll make sure to check them whenever I got chance. And let me know what you guys think of black-white vehicles. Hey, we'll see you next week, okay, for a little bit more standard before the Pro Tour. Take care.